I mean, I think this is part of a bigger piece of China in general, trying to offer itself as a kind of fixer of global problems. We've seen basically since the end of COVID-19 or zero COVID policy in China, when President Xi Jinping traveled first to Central Asia, then to Southeast Asia, that we've really seen a push by Chinese diplomacy, really from the top down, to not only offer a kind of a different vision for international affairs, through the engagement of various institutions around the world that are not driven by the West, but also through the offer of a kind of vision for what foreign policy could look like, which they've called the Global Security Initiative, which goes alongside the Global Development Initiative, the Global Humanitarian Initiative, which is basically a kind of a vision for an alternative approach to international affairs. And the sort of practical outcome of all of this has been a push by China to kind of try to mediate in a number of conflicts. They came out first as the ultimate kind of brokers, or the ultimate people who hosted the brokering of a peace agreement between Saudi Arabia and Iran. And we've seen them offer a 12-point plan, or I can't remember exactly how many times, a plan for the peace in Ukraine. And now we see them offering a plan for Palestine, Israel. Now, the clear message that they're sending is, we are offering answers to the world's problems, the biggest foreign and security problems around the world, while the West doesn't. But at the same time, it's worth pointing out that a lot of these issues, the Iranian-Saudi agreement appears to have been something that was being brokered by Oman and Iraq for some time before China stepped into the breach. And on the Ukraine peace plan, well, they proposed a peace plan. President Xi went to Moscow. We haven't seen him follow up with a call to President Zelensky. So I think it remains to be seen, how much we should really attach to credible solutions emanating from these problems. But it's clearly part of a Chinese diplomatic push to show they are, significant players on the world stage. They're able to fix problems that the West is unable to. I'm not sure I would go that far as to say that, China's trying to export its global dominance through bringing peace. I think what they're doing is they're showing that their approach to international affairs is different and is new and is an alternative to the Western approach that's been offered until now. I think ultimately the West has been trying to broker agreements between all of these parties for some time as well. It's just been unable to. And in some cases, the West is clearly associated with one of the belligerents rather than the other. It must be said that, to be honest, aside from Iran, Saudi, frankly, one could associate China with one side or another in most of these conflicts. Well, actually, it's untrue. With Israel-Palestine, it is true that China has good relationships with both sides. But I'm not sure I would see this as China exporting peace. I think it's about China offering a different approach to international affairs and a different model that they articulate under this Global Security Initiative or Global Development Initiative or Global Humanitarian Initiative. The idea is that China is saying it doesn't have to be the order defined by the United States and the Western powers. There is another option out there, and we're offering it.